let's cover some fun news. Let's get back to some fun, some real drama, some real serious shit that has happened. Turns out the docudrama continues, okay? If you're sick and tired of hearing about mass shootings, well, guess what? There's some new information that you can get sick and tired of, and that is document mishandling. This is the worst thing that could have ever happened. Oh, my Lord. Michael Pence, the brave hero of January 6th, turns out he has classified documents in his Indiana home.
Here we go again. The latest set, another set of documents marked classified, this time found at the home of former Vice President Mike Pence after a search that he requested. To catch you up, 2 special counsels are already investigating former President Trump and President Biden's handling of classified materials. And now there are calls for a wider inquiry into how officials are keeping track of these items, or as it happens, not keeping track of them. Ed O'Keefe is at the White House for us. Ed, laugh, cry, I don't know how to feel. Good morning.
Good morning, Tony. Look, today the head of the nation's intelligence agencies is already scheduled to be on Capitol Hill for a series of briefings, and she is sure to get an earful from Democrats and Republicans concerned about the security of classified documents, how they're tracked, and whether any of the nation's top secrets are at risk.
I gotta pee. I'll be back.
Kind of thought, holy heck.
Members of both parties are demanding answers after yet another high office holder may have mishandled classified documents.
What the hell's going on around here is my reaction. Look, obviously there's a systemic problem in the executive branch.
This time it's about a dozen documents marked classified found at the Indiana home of former Vice President Mike Pence. In letters sent to the National Archives, lawyers for Pence say they searched his home last week out of an abundance of caution, following reports about documents found at President Biden's Delaware home. They discovered a number of documents with classified markings and put them in a safe until FBI agents came to collect them. 2 weeks ago, Pence assured CBS News that he didn't take any documents with him when he left office.
Our staff reviewed all of the materials in our office and in our residence to ensure that there were no classified materials that left the White House or remained in our possession.
Attorney General Merrick Garland has already appointed special counsels to probe the classified documents cases of former President Donald Trump and President Biden, but wouldn't comment on Pence Tuesday. And at the Capitol, lawmakers say they've got to act to help prevent future missteps.
Maybe we're overclassifying things. That may be part of the problem. But count me in for getting this fixed.
I think we find that they're rushing.
Larry Pfeiffer is a former White House national security official. He thinks the typical chaos at the end of a presidency may have played a role.
They're not going through it.
I think the funniest part about this entire docudrama, docu-saga, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is that if Donald Trump originally cooperated with the authorities when the FBI was like, please don't make a big deal out of this. Can we just please come and get all the documents? And if he just gave up all the documents or said, yeah, come on, come take it. Search it if you want. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Just get all the documents. I don't give a fuck. All of this like sequence of documents being mishandled would not be a thing. It just would not be a thing at all. Because the main difference between like what Mike Pence is doing, what Joe Biden has done, and probably what all these other motherfuckers will end up doing as well, is that they cooperate. They cooperate with the authorities because it's like a common thing, it turns out. You know what I mean? It's a very, very common thing, it turns out, the docudrama. The most relatable Lindsey Graham has ever been.
Find Chick-fil-A bags all over the floor, but you're not going to find any classified information. If you come to my house, you'll find Chick-fil-A bags all over the floor, but you're not going to find any classified information.
I mean, listen, he can have Chick-fil-A. You know what I mean? Like Austin, you know? Austin loves Chick-fil-A. It's fine. All right, what are you going to get mad at him? You know what I mean? Go ahead, get mad at him.
every page of every document.
Representatives for former Presidents Barack Obama, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton tell CBS News that all documents, classified and unclassified, were handed over to the National Archives when they left office. But Pfeiffer says the former commanders-in-chief and their top deputies might want to check again.
If I was a former president or former vice president, I'd be having teams scouring every nook and cranny.
Now, President Biden had no comment when we tried shouting questions at him again yesterday about this, but aides here at the White House are somewhat relieved that it's now no longer just the current and former president facing potential political and legal fallout. As for former President Trump, he used his own social media platform yesterday to defend Mike Pence, calling him an innocent man, and he said, quote, "Leave him alone." Nate?
Seems like every time we talk to you, classified documents are popping up everywhere. Ed, thank you.
Take care.
Ooh, Fox News Digital did a Americans Weigh In. What Americans are saying about Biden's classified document scandal. This is always fun.
Very concerned about them.
It concerns me a little bit.
Actually, no. It concerns me very much.
I do definitely think that is of concern and should be looked further into.
The only concerns I have is if the documents is going to jeopardize the United States citizens and our health and well-being. That's when it becomes a problem.
I'm concerned that he's hiding something about his financial dealings with Ukraine and China and his son's hunters as well.
Yeah, the only concern I have is I hope they straighten that out, because I believe it's been planted. And I don't think he'd have been that naive to have that in his office.
Maybe there's a
He said it's been planted. I love that.
greater good to it. Maybe he needs to have an explanation for it. But somebody will get to the bottom of it eventually, just like with Donald Trump.
Because of the Trump situation, I think it's been escalated, blown out of proportion. I am a Democrat, and I voted for Biden. But I don't like the way this is going down.
My concern is when they do something about ex-President Trump's, then they'll do something about his.
Yeah, I would like to know what it is. I mean, shoot, Trump got in trouble for it, so we want to see. I mean, he's the president of the United States. We should know what's going on.
It is a very, at the least, hypocritical for him to have gone after President Trump.
If you let Trump go, let Biden go. But they both something should be done really about both of them.
I think he's still irresponsible, because he should have caught up on that. Even after Trump got caught, I would go back and say, hey, make sure everything I have is clear.
August 8th changed everything in this country. I think it's very concerning, and I hope that this is investigated swiftly and completely.
Where did they find these people? People are insane. What the fuck? What happened on August 8th? The fuck? Bro, you ask like Hasanabi heads like August 21st, they wouldn't even have this kind of take on it. They would not be like, oh, this is such an impactful moment in the history of this country, you know? The fuck is August 8th? That was the Mar-a-Lago raid? Oh, okay. They've changed everything in this country, man. Straight up. New 9/11 just dropped. Yeah, it's 8/8. Doesn't have the same oomph though.